Getting your sales team to follow a consistent process and adopt your CRM and sales tools is critical to growing revenue at your company. If everybody's using a different tool set and process and entering data into your CRM differently and sporadically, it really limits the confidence that you have in your CRM data to be able to know what is working and what is not in your sales process. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you 3 secrets to increasing CRM adoption within your sales team. Hi, everybody. I'm Josh Paul from Pipeline Ops. CRM adoption programs are one of the most important aspects of having confidence that when you generate leads, those leads are going to be worked by your sales team. The data in your CRM is going to be accurate and they'll eventually turn into revenue. When most people think about CRM adoption, they think of policies and they think of training. And what I'm going to tell you today are 3 of the most important secrets to increasing CRM adoption, and they have nothing to do with policy and they have nothing to do with training. So let's get started. The first aspect is leadership. Your sales managers, your VPs of sales, your other executives need to understand your lead management model and how that's built into your CRM. They need to be able to do this for 3 reasons. They need to be able to answer questions from the sales team. They need to convey that you are on the same page and you're going to follow the same lead management process. It doesn't work when the leaders in your company give some sales reps a pass for not entering their data correctly, not following the process because they won a big deal last month or because they know that they're one of their strongest salespeople. They need to show everybody that they are committed to this process, they use this process. And lastly, they need to make sure that they are using those metrics to coach people, to praise people, and to address underperformers and help them raise their game. So leadership is the number 1 element in CRM adoption. Show your team that you are committed to this and this is what you're going to be basing your operation on. The second secret to increasing CRM adoption with your sales team is just as important, and that is simplicity. Now, I've talked before about the tension between the structure that you need as a sales manager and as an executive to get the data to know that your team is following the process, and simplicity. The simpler the system is, the higher the adoption is going to be. When I talk about simplicity, we're talking about when you get off a sales call, there's a lot of companies and a lot of CRMs that are built so that, all right, salesperson, hang up the phone and fill out these 16 fields so that we know what the outcome was and that you did your job and what the next steps are. And that's not going to fly. You need to make the process as simple as possible for your sales team so that they can handle more leads and then so they can keep the mental model in their head of what they need to do at each stage in the process, whether it's a connect call or after a qualification call or a demo or a negotiation. They need to know what they need to do to keep their data clean in the CRM so that nothing falls through the cracks and nothing falls off their radar. And then the third secret that goes way beyond policy and training is trust among your sales team in the outcomes. You need to make sure that they understand that you have designed this system in a way to make them more successful. This isn't a system to crack the whip on them, to make sure that they're doing their jobs, to micromanage them. This system is designed and you're giving them the simple system and these tools to make them more successful at their jobs and in turn make the company more successful. So they need to understand why you did things the way that you did, why the system set up the way that you have it, why you're giving them certain tools, why you want them to use certain tools, so that they trust that if they follow your playbook and follow that process with some leeway, because there's always flexibility and creativity in the sales process, but that follow your foundational lead management process, they will be successful. So they need to trust those outcomes. They need to trust that you hear their feedback when they say this is working and this isn't, and you have a way to evaluate it and adjust the system. But ultimately, they need to trust that the system and the process and the tool set that you're giving them is going to make them more successful. So there you have it. We've been doing this for years where we help HubSpot customers who are generating leads today, who are very good at generating leads, but their sales team and their sales process is the Wild West. Everybody's using things differently. Everybody's tracking things differently. They don't have a solid system that executives have confidence in for turning those leads into paying customers. And so number 1 is leadership. Number two is simplicity. And number three is trust, instilling trust in your sales reps in the outcomes that they're going to get if they follow your process.